Hi, I am Kidger on Two Wheels, and today we'll be test riding the Yamaha R6. So, the R6, just look at it. This is a predator. This whole bike screams lap time. That's why it's made. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's got some... I don't even know where to start from front to back. So this one comes, let's go with our normal front to back. The tires are Bridgestone S21s, so top of the line inverted suspension, fully adjustable as you'd expect. Dual Brembo disc brakes. Are these Brembos? No, they're not Brembos. They're Nisins? No, they're something. Doesn't matter, because all of this is always top of the line. You've got your 600cc engine, developing 60 Newton meters and 120 horsepower, and to do that particular math magic, it revs all the way up to an astonishing 17 and nearly a half thousand, or 17 RPM, 17,000 RPM. It's absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't even sound correct. It's awesome. Then you have this very pretty titanium exhaust. I know it's titanium because I can see the blue tint over there. Obviously disc brake at the rear, because otherwise you would just crash. You have this sorry excuse for a pillion seat, because you don't really want to carry a pillion on this. That's not what this is for. What the f... Google thinks I'm talking to it. Yeah, it's a super sport bike, a 600cc super sport bike. The instrument cluster is, as you would expect, as minimalistic as possible. You have here the adjustable on the front suspension. You have 6-position traction control, which I'm going to keep at 3. You have driving modes, which is A for awesome, B for boring, and STD for a sexually transmitted disease. So just use B for in-city riding, or A for more spirited riding. You have obviously fully adjustable rear suspension, which is actually on the other side, the adjuster. That's basically it, but you're not here to look at the bike. You can do that on the dealership, so let's see how it rides. I wonder if this is a fast bike. Yes, it is very fast. The test track on an R6. Let's see how that goes. First gear. That was a power wheelie. With no kind of jolt. I just kept it on full throttle and it just powered wheelie. Now, you really have to lean off this bike for it to actually turn as it should. Otherwise you'll just feel weird. I've tried it. Hey, thanks for ruining my turn. Damn it. Quick overtake here. Quick overtake, done. Oh, this is wonderful. And I'm not even pushing a lot. I could do this. I myself could do this a lot faster. I I don't feel the limit on this bike. I feel like I'm going like 40% of what this bike can do. Yeah, I'm doing like 80 of what I can do. Oh, this is wonderful for this. What a wonderful, wonderful machine. Oh, wow-wee! That was a spectacular, really, really short run. Oh boy, this bike loves that road. It really, really, really digs that road. Woo! Small stop. Let's wait for our guest. And put the heart beating normally again. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Woo! That was that was something else entirely. I get the appeal of this. Thing is, I have to go through that to come here. So in town, and in town, this bike is junk. It is clumsy. It is too top heavy. It is the throttle is too I was in B mode. Oh, for crying out loud! I wanted A. The throttle is too snatchy. It's just not good in town. Does it work? Yes, but it is as comfortable in town as these latest scooters I tried are comfortable here. It doesn't work, okay? It can do it, yes, you can take it to work, but it clearly is not going to be very enjoyable, okay? But then you come to these roads and it is absolutely transformed. And to be honest, this isn't where you should be doing a test ride on this machine, because this is clearly a track bike. The foot pegs are very high up, the seating position is 100% sporty. It's like I'm taking a poop in the woods, the riding position. It's literally that. So it's really nice. If you have some sort of scare, it'll just come out naturally. Poop joke. And oh boy, this is not going to be nice. Hang on. Hey, it's not as bad as it could be. I've ridden worse here, which is surprising. Well, I guess top-notch suspension always works better, even when it's, or rather, I guess top-notch sporty suspension works better than El Cheapo suspension tuned for city works. Then again, I have the feeling the Yamaha guys set this up for in city instead of track. Well, we're waiting. Thank you. So now, in this little stretch in town, you can hear how it doesn't work. One, I'm in A mode, which is very snatchy on the throttle like this. Second, the engine itself doesn't like these revs. He hates it. ABS hates this pavement. The whole bike here is very, very, very uncomfortable. But you can hear, I'm going to accelerate so you can, I'm going just to be an idiot so you can hear this. Listen. Doesn't really like these revs. Goes on, but hear it at high revs. See? This is these are the revs it likes. So you have to be high revving, or you should be high revving. It works, but clearly this is not a rev range the engine likes. So now that we've done a little bit of what this bike is not supposed to do, and I will not cut this traffic. I would, but the guy behind has side cases because he came from Sweden on the bike, so I'm not going to filter here. That would be just stupid. I really wanted to do a fast run down there, but it's just not gonna work. I have to let them go. Anyone behind? Yes. So what I'm gonna do, let's go like this. This is going to be a bit weird now because there's a lot of traffic. A mode makes the throttle very snatchy indeed. But it really becomes fast. Like crazy fast. This is that bend I always do poorly because it tightens. On this bike, I'm so within this bike's capabilities that this bend did nothing. So I'm going to stop here a little bit to let these guys go away. That's a football field, I think. Again, pit stop. Traffic is gone. Let's go. A mode. Knife in my teeth. Let's see what you can do, baby. Thing is, I don't want to test the engine. I've done that already. I want to test the cornering. And for that, I really don't need the engine, except as a way to balance front and rear. I'm not doing... never mind. The engine mode. Sorry, I have to go in B. A makes the throttle too snatchy and I'm not used to it yet. Okay? A is for when you really want to have fun and you already know the bike. Neither of which applies here because I want to feel the turn. I know the engine is great. Okay? That part is done and dusted. It's just so stable and flickable. There's a lot of weight up here. There's a lot of weight between my legs. That this engine is massive. And it is set rather high up. And being set up rather high up, like this engine is, it makes the bike easy to lean over. And that makes it awesome for this. Thing is, it also makes it a bit clumsy doing what I just did, because I almost tipped it over. This bike takes some getting used to. It really does. But it is blazingly fast. I wasn't even trying, and it was just like, poof, I'm gone. But it's not, it's fast, but it's not just the engine. The whole bike as a package is really, really, really fast. You do a corner fast, and you think you did it fast, but when you end it, you go, oh, hang on, I could have done this twice as fast, easily. Those bends that I usually do on normal bikes at 110, 120, having a bit of fun, not yet on the limit, but already with the bike leaned over. On this one, that speed would be 160 maybe. It's ridiculous, and it is only a 600cc bike. Wow, what a machine, Yamaha. What a wonderful, wonderful machine. So, in conclusion, now that I'm returning to deliver the bike, what is this? This is a pure lap time machine. It is not by any chance an easy bike to ride. In fact, it is quite hard. For example, this is about as tight as it can turn at slow speeds. That was the handlebars turned all the way up nearly. So it's a very clumsy bike when you try to park it and for slow speed maneuvering. Very clumsy. It's not an easy bike, and it's not meant to be. But it is a very rewarding bike that, if you ride it correctly, it is magnificent. Not fantastic, absolutely magnificent. It corners like a dream, but like all track vehicles, just like a single-seater car, for example, it requires momentum. The whole point of this is track, and on a track, driving around the track multiple laps, especially if you want to be consistent, it's all about momentum and rhythm. At some point it feels like you're dancing, something like arriving at a corner, down, 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 turn in, wait, throttle, left, right, up, 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 up. It feels like you're dancing. It has some rhythm to it and some momentum, and like all track vehicles, this works fine, perfectly like that. Where it doesn't work perfectly is this kind of stuff in town, which breaks momentum. From a standstill, it's clumsy. Stopped like this, if you have to turn while stopped like this, it is clumsy. It's just clumsy. It works, obviously it works, but it's just, well, clumsy. Not a very nice bike to ride slowly on, but a great bike to have fun on and work like this. And for that, it is absolutely exhilarating. It is so fun, even on the street, going slightly faster than you should, that I understand why people buy and love these bikes, because even it's just so fun that you completely forgive its clumsiness at slow speeds. It's no longer a factor, it's just a thing. Yeah, you know, I'll get used to it. It's kind of hard to park and move around, but I don't care. I want to go fast. Fast is fun on this one. Only problem is, and that's why this is also not an easy bike to ride, even fast it's not an easy bike to ride, but it is very rewarding, is it does not forgive. If you do it wrong, even if you have experience, you're doing a high speed turn, and it tends to push out. It tends to go front heavy and widen the turn if you're not doing things correctly. Happened to me a couple of times, and I had to refocus and think, no, wait, this is a sport bike. Let's consciously counter steer and push it down way more, because the bike can do it. Another good point about this bike is that my 80%, meaning at 100% I'm on my limit, but under my limit, say 80%, say on those scooters I tried, like the X-Max 300 or the 400, my 80% was the bike's 90%. On my Tracer, my 80% is the bike's 80%. On this bike, my 80% is this bike's, what, 60, 50%? I feel I'm doing it with a margin, but I'm doing the bends, and I'm thinking, and at the end of a bend I think, this can do a lot more. A lot more. It is an awesome bike. Has its very specific use, but it is an awesome bike. So this is the Yamaha R6, a fantastic track bike. And you know where you can see it's a track bike? Little details, like for example, this is a 14,000 euro bike, and it's all standing on this minuscule side stand. Look, it's the size of my finger. That does not inspire confidence, but that is because weight savings. These holes here are for weight saving, so this part is lighter. These grooves here, they're not for it to be pretty, it's for weight saving. So everything, this is for weight saving, every single little bit. Even the rear seat is small for, well, in this case aerodynamics and weight saving. So this shows its ADN. It's not meant to be pretty, it's meant to be fast, and being fast means it is pretty. There's an old maxim in airplane design, which means if it looks good, it's good. That's how this goes. Well, that's it. The R6, Cage Route.